So you want to be a freelance writer? Hello, YouTube. This is Dr. Dave Maslach. I'm talking about reciprocity.com. The E is spelled with a 3. It's a sharing economy proofreading application I'm trying to build. So this is part of the Monday Write series that I'm trying to do. It's all about, on every Monday, at least for the next little while, I'm trying to post things that were written by a writer. I had hired somebody to write different tips and tricks along the way. Um, and this week is about becoming a freelance writer, some things that are actually useful. This is pretty good material, I think. It's quite helpful, and there's just a couple of tips that you should be aware of when you're doing that. And that's it. So the first one is make sure that you are in for the long haul. This stuff takes a long time. You're going to take probably some things early on that you have to take sort of smaller gigs along the way, and you could think about this as sort of building momentum as you're going, right? You want to build momentum as you go, that you take smaller things and then you take smaller things, and eventually you have a large portfolio. And maybe you had to take a lot of things that were fairly cheap and inexpensive to build this portfolio, but that's what you're trying to do, is build a portfolio so you can demonstrate to other people, look at this, I did some great stuff, right? So that's important to do. That's important to sort of think in that mindset. You're just building. And whether you need a part-time job, first of all, or a full-time job, and then you do this on the side, that's important to think about, because that's what you're trying to aim to do, is sort of sustain yourself until you start building a large enough portfolio that people start paying attention. The other thing that you should be doing, number 2, is making sure that you update your professional profile, however you're going to get the word out. Maybe it's a website that you have, maybe it's LinkedIn. You can use any sort of means of making sure that other people are aware of what you're doing. It does take extremely long time. I would probably do my own website, just do something that's really inexpensive and just keep investing in it. You'll find out that, so, truth be told, a lot of the freelance writing stuff, it might take an extremely long time to develop a portfolio. It might be 5 years of grinding away, doing the grind. It might even be longer, but you do got to keep sort of grinding away at these particular tasks, and the way that you do that is make sure that you are constantly updating and taking it seriously, right? The people that take things very, very seriously are the ones that are going to keep progressing and developing and investing in their skills and going to meetups and things like that, where you can start sharing things and just being that person that is serious, that you're not just doing it, just kind of willy-nilly, that you are the person that's going to take this and drive it forward, and you just have to have that determination that it's going to happen, and no matter what happens, it's going to be you who is going to make it done. And that's how you actually build a pretty good career in that. It takes a lot of work, and you got to keep focused at it. The third thing is you want to make sure that you are constantly showing off what you've done and proving to other people that you are respectable. And however you might want to do that, you obviously don't want to lie and be dishonest, but you want to make sure that you're constantly showing off that you're doing great work. And it just takes a long time to do that. The fourth thing you want to do is make sure that when you're choosing jobs, so you might have a selection of jobs. Initially, you're not going to have a lot of selection, but what you want to be constantly doing is, as you're growing and developing these skills, you're going to start getting some more and more selection, more opportunities, and you pick the best one. You sort through that, because that's what they're doing on the other side. When they're looking for a freelance writer, they need some content. They're going to go and select based on you, but you could do the same thing on your side and start selecting based on them, on the best possible, the best possible person. So you might actually look at, so if you're using Upwork, for example, I have used that. I think it's great in terms of, actually, that's where I found the freelance writer. You can just go on there and you can, look for the ones that have the highest ratings and have a large number of ratings, right? So you're looking for this sort of social proof that actually is working out. And the last thing that's incredibly important is just being professional all the time, making sure that you are investing in yourself, investing in developing a long-term relationships. It'll keep coming back. So I hired this writer. She was a wonderful person. I haven't used her in a while, but she's still in the back of my mind because she was so professional and she did a great job. And I want to go back and see if she's actually interested in doing this kind of stuff in the future. And that's what you want to do if you are professional and you're investing in a relationship. These things will develop and they take time, and you'll keep coming back to it. And this applies to any career. I want to point out, not just a writer, but if you're investing in your own skills, say you are mowing lawns, for example, you can go and you just start. It'll take a long time, but you just keep sort of looking at ways that you can grow the number of opportunities you have, as well as being professional, so that people start recommending you. And it also takes is one client that is going to be blown away, and that client is sort of network connected and they know a lot of different people. They're going to start recommending you, and it might take a long time to get to that moment where you start getting recommended. However, once you find that, it's going to grow, and it's going to grow fairly quickly. So that's it for today. This is part of the Monday Writes series. If you like what I'm trying to do, do subscribe to the YouTube channel. Those of you already subscribed, you are so cool. You're amazing. And finally, if you want to help out with the Reciprocity Project, you can see that I'm actually a professor of innovation and strategy and entrepreneurship, actually trying to do something that's great, not only in terms of improving research in this area, but also helping you out and helping other people by making this technology available. So you can check it out, reciprocity.com. And that's it. Have a good day and take care. Bye.